Superhuman Hulk smash. Hello there guys, and welcome back to yet another one with us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron.
My name's Craig.
And today we have that traditional hyped pre-workout product to get reviewed for you guys at home watching along this review. What we got, Craig? Show them.
We've got Superhuman Extreme.
The new limited edition Hulk juice flavour. Now guys, yes, you're correct. This does have the same label as previous versions. That being said, this is the newest batch on the line and we want to make sure it's still delivering as the promises were made in our previous reviews. As we go through those usuals, taste, price, label, and primarily the effects of this stuff, is it going to keep us driven forward?
Nice, we'll get into it shortly. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, tick the like button, drop your thoughts below on this product, all the usuals. Let's get into it.
Cheers guys, let's go.
Taste and mixability, and we've got Hulk juice, which is our favourite flavour, isn't it, Aaron?
Yeah guys, this was one of the original Superhuman Supreme or pre-workouts, one of the very first editions.
Old school.
Obviously they went for a rebrand, all the rest of it. Now they have Superhuman Pre, which is like their baseline standard version, and then you do also now have Superhuman Extreme, which is the stronger version in Hulk juice, which, like Craig said, we gave that a 10 out of 10 back in the day. And we're hoping for the same today, so
see how it holds up. So it is a 15-point-odd gram scoop, and to get that, it's pretty much flat or just over flat.
Which is good, because they fixed it. I don't know if you remember our last review, I can't remember what flavour it came in. The scoop size was actually really quite off. You had to have 2 scoops to get the 1 scoop serving size. I mean, it is difficult at the moment. Scoop sizes in the the world. There's a shortage of plastics and whatnot, and getting these bits manufactured. So we see it quite often, but now they fixed it. So that's a thumbs up, isn't it? Hulk juice. Let's see how it mixes. We do have quite a lot of frothing, guys. Look at that, like quite a hefty amount. Mixability looks pretty solid on the bottom there. Seen worse, seen better. It's pretty standard, to be honest with you.
Yeah, respectable. We'll give it.
Smells good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Does smell very good. Hulk juice going down, we're hoping for good things, and you know what? I think it's going to be the case.
Yeah, it does taste different to the OG one, but
It's good.
just as nice.
Really good. Really, really good. And it always has reminded me of green jelly babies, melted down.
And it does say on the front, sour gummy bear.
There you go. Does it taste as good as the original? I probably would say yeah. It
In a
does
different
taste
way,
slightly
though.
different.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is going to sound? It probably isn't going to sound very nice, but it is actually very nice. It really reminds me of green sour bears melted down with a little bit of chocolate added in.
Yeah, it does actually.
I don't know why.
Molten down chocolate candy. How about that then?
That's really good though. Like, do you want to do a 3, 2, 1-y?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
10 out of 10.
Easy money.
They always nail their flavours and they're continuing to nail them. So yeah,
Hulk juice
very
wins
good.
though by a long way for us.
Yeah, for us. Moving into that price segment, and we want to thank Alpha Lion directly for sending this down first and foremost, so cheers guys. So what we will say is this was hot on Cyber Monday, so it immediately sold out, but you can still get hold of the standard Superhuman Pre and the Superhuman Supreme and their protein, all the other goodies on there, and code RB20 will knock off 20% anything that you pick up on there, so we really do say check it out.
So yeah guys, as far as I know, hand on heart, that's the best, one of the best codes you can get in the world, and another hand on heart, why not make it 2? So far, Alpha Lion's products have always been like literally in the very top of the top in terms of branding. And you know, we've had this question before, if you could choose only one brand to have products for the rest of your life, you're not allowed to go to any other brands. Alpha Lion's in that top 5.
And that is because they do so much, you know, protein, muscle builders, sleep aids, pump formulas, nootropics, just
Test
everything.
boosters, all sorts, and lots of different pre-workouts, lots of different flavours. But anyway, we're getting on a bit much now. So RB20 works if you're able to ship from Alpha Lion easily. Here in the UK, I always recommend Mixability Sups. They haven't got this one just yet, it's on its way, but they do have 3 other flavours of this exact same one. The extremes are the same label, just different flavours. Cherry Maguire, Sam Sauce and something else. Grapezilla, that was the one. So they do lots of limited edition releases is what we're trying to say. So I imagine for Christmas there'll be another Christmas release. You know, they do all of them. Anyhow, you're looking at about, with code INSTA7 from Mixability Sups, you're looking at about £37.19 for a tub. Now, when you do the mash, you get 21 servings from these containers. It comes in at about £1.77 a go. So from a retailer standpoint, you're looking at paying between like a 3.5 to a 3 out of 10. So it's no denying it, it's definitely more expensive than average pre-workout by today's standards. But you are definitely getting a lot more than an average pre-workout when it concerns the label, the branding, the lot. You're buying into the product, and it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, guys. So yeah, let us know what you think of that price score in the comments below.
Right, we're going to fly through this label for you guys. So 15.4 grams per serving. We've got the Superhuman Energy and Focus Matrix Caffeine Anhydrous 350.
Nice look, guys. Slightly above average, 3.5 cups worth of coffee. Energy time.
An extra 300.
The amplifier of the caffeine without raising heart rate or blood pressure, but it amplifies caffeine in terms of giving it a stronger kick in and a longer kick in.
A Reagerensis 200.
A natural variation of like DMHA, so what I mean by that is a nice central nervous stimulation, energy, focus, concentration, mood elevation, a bit of everything from that.
Decaffeine Malators Infinity 100 milligrams, yielding 75% caffeine.
We'll take that, so that knocks up this pre-workout to 425 caffeine from those 2 caffeine sources alone, which, you know, is good. It's going to give you lots of energy and long-lasting energy as well, with the decaffeine taking over after the anhydrous.
Nice, we do like that. Then we got your Himbine HCl 2 milligrams.
A nice little fat burner there, one of the ones which actually pairs up really nicely with the next one, the Alpha Yo, but it comes with less potency than Alpha Yo, but that's exactly why they've thrown in Alpha Yo there at what, 1 milligram is it?
Yeah, that's it. Sweet spot.
Yeah, we call that the yo-yo blend. It's a nice little fat burn and metabolising fat cells within the body, giving you energy, a lot of energy at that. We like it, we like that. And it's not so much of a dosage that is too much to handle, because it can go that way, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. Just adds a nice little edge. Then we've got Superhuman Pump and Performance Blend, L-citrulline 2 to 1, 6 grams.
Respectable dose. Not the highest we've seen, but definitely not the lowest either, for nitric oxide production within the body, thus pumps.
Yep, happy with that. Then we've got L-taurine a gram.
Nice hydration and electrolyte balance.
Lovely. S7 100 milligrams.
We find this ingredient okay. 100 milligrams is better than normal, though you normally only see it at about 50. A blend of 7 ingredients to help with nitric oxide production and blood flow, up to 230% more than a standard placebo effect.
We'll be the judge of that in real world effects, eh? Then we've got Superhuman Strength Matrix Beta-alanine 3.5 grams.
Above the clinical by 300 milligrams, really good, love it. Itchy, tingly ingredient, the paresthesia, helps with endurance down the line as well.
Betaine anhydrous 2 grams.
A respectable dose, slightly lower than what we'd like. We'd like 2.5 in truth, but I don't know if 500 milligrams is going to make all that much difference. Jack of all trades, pumps, focus, concentration, endurance. It's just a bit of everything, really.
Good stuff. Then we've got Superhuman Anti-Crash Matrix L-theanine 150.
Which is a dose not too high. In Supreme it was 350 and people did complain about that to a degree. 150 I'd say is a sweet spot, you know. It helps with nootropics, it helps with the longer lasting of the caffeine. Similar to caffeine malate in a way that it doesn't give you a crash. We'll see how it comes together in the effects. Nice.
Then wrapping off with a final blend, Superhuman Absorption Matrix 10 milligrams of bioperine.
Which is nice. Obviously that gets these ingredients into the system as efficiently as possible. We like to see it.
Nice. That does wrap it off. Nice comprehensive label covering everything you'd want in a pre. How's it going to come together in real world training?
Let's see. That moves us into the effects of this product, guys. And you know what, since the early days of our review channel, back in 2018, we were able to get our hands on a product from Alpha Line. And I think since then, we've had very, very high hopes for any of their products. And this one is no different. Now, yes, you're correct, we have reviewed the same label product before, but this is the newest batch, the limited edition release of the Hulk Juice in Extreme. So, we go into it with absolute honesty, starting this off at the beginning, and that's normally the ingredient that kicks off first, and that's the beta-alanine. Why do we even mention beta-alanine all the time first? Well, you know the drill, guys. That's normally, you know, if it's in the product, it's normally the first ingredient that kicks in. You know, that itchy, tingly feeling kicks in 5-10 minutes after a pre-workout. It's in this product. We don't normally look at the labels before we get these reviews. We like blind testing this stuff, you know, powder versus powder. It's not label versus label in the real world. 3.5 grams, so we're going above clinical. How did it actually feel? How did it honestly feel?
Kicked in really strong, just as we predicted it might do with the digestive aid and the higher than normal amount of beta-alanine. It tingles for a longer period of time and intensely, so we'd probably give it an 8 or 9 out of 10 on the tingle scale. So it sets the scene for that sense of urgency.
Really good, and I think it's amplified with that digestive aid in the form of the bioperine, the black pepper. That always helps with beta-alanine, as does the niacin, which we didn't mention in the label. The B vitamin, obviously 25 milligrams, is not a dose to be sniffed at. Obviously, we've seen it go up to 100, don't get me wrong, but it gives you that flushing sensation, amplifies the beta-alanine type feel, gives you that central heating, like, you know what, shit be kicking in for real. Let's go and absolutely destroy the gym. And you know what? This product is one of those that you can do that on consistently. This pre-workout has not let us down, and we've used it more often than other pre-workouts we review. And why do we say that? Let's look at those 3 elements we want from a pre-workout. We look for it. We look for the pumps. We look for the focus. And we look for the energy. And how does this deliver in those 3? Starting us off with the energy. We do think that's the most important you want from the pre-workout. How does that feel?
Well, it's got Extreme on the tub, so we would hope that it feels strong. And luckily, it does. You get walloped with that caffeine right off the bat. Obviously, you've got the 2 types of alpha yo kicking in, which I will say kicks into a sweet spot amount, so you don't get any negatives with it. You just about know it's in there, enough to give you that little sparkly extra kick up the bum. But yeah, energy, really, really good. No crash, lasts a good few hours, certainly enough to get, you know, the heavy, long-ass leg days done, back days, things like that.
Now, talking about the energy from a standpoint as in daily driver, slim junkie realm, it's crossing that line into the slim junkie world, guys. As strong as they come daily driver. Personally speaking, I wouldn't use this more than 3 or 4 times a week. If, you know, obviously depending on how often you train. It's a strong product. It's actually, like I mentioned between ourselves before filming this, Alpha Line are a big brand. They're well received worldwide, here in the UK, Australia, America, you name it. They're all over the place. They're one of the bigger, most above board companies to provide us with a very strong pre-workout. You know, obviously you've got brands such as MyProtein and that are huge brands, Cellucor, C4s, you name it. This one, you know, they're catching quickly, I really do believe that. But their product, instead of being weak, is very strong. So we give them the massive thumbs up for staying true to their roots. Obviously, we filmed the first one back in the day, back 3 years ago when we started this channel. So they've kept it very consistent. Obviously, they did drop the DMHA from the formula, which some people are upset about. But in absolute truth, absolute hand on heart truth, it doesn't feel like there's not DMHA in there. It feels so euphoric, so mood elevating, so focused in, that it still feels, you know, almost illicit.
Yeah, it's a productive level of strong. It's not so strong that you're flapping and you don't know what you're doing, and it's not so weak that you don't feel it. So they've hit the nail on the head. And I would say it's one of those brands that you just touched on. They're quite a big brand, but they're also, like you said, potent. But you can put your trust in them and have that peace of mind that they're not some underground, dodgy, bathtub, worrying sort of company where you don't really know what's in the product. With this one, you know exactly what's on the label is in it. So you've got that bit of peace of mind.
We love it. Now, talking about pumps, for us, again, it puts you putting in work, so that obviously develops pumps on its own, but I think the pumps are just savage on this stuff.
After a couple of sets, we were like, Christ, our legs are swelling out our trackies.
Nasty, nasty pumps. And then the focus, which I've briefly touched on, that is absolutely dialed up to level 10. It is, you are in the zone. You feel happy on this stuff. You feel concentrated. You feel endurance through the roof. It's not missing anything. It's really not. It hits every element. No negatives, other than a very slight bit of thirst maybe. And is that even a negative? It's probably not necessarily. You know, it ticks that box of hydration because you're getting in more. It also is there primarily because of the amount of work it gets you putting in.
Yeah, and in terms of comparing it to a pre-workout that you may have used yourselves, we said that this one feels a lot like El Jefe Limited Edition that we recently reviewed and also really like, in that their Supreme regular one of this also feels like the regular El Jefe, funny enough, and we like that as well.
Other pre-workouts it compares to, and I actually think overtakes to a degree, MV Pre 2.0, perhaps battling the likes of Moonshot from Astroflave. You know, those top tier, top level products, really good. Now, I've often said this to people, and you know, through DMs on Instagram, top 5 pre-workouts of all time for myself personally, this would slip in there. It does not miss, it's very consistent, doesn't have any negatives. The Alpha Yo is at the sweet spot, no dribbles, negatives from that, no crash, no jitters, long lasting energy. The risk is if you take it too close to bed, it will keep you up, but that's sort of a self-inflicted personal choice. You guys could just take it earlier on in the day, should that be of concern. What more can be said? Who's this for? Anyone.
Yeah, beginners at like half scoop to 3/4 scoop. Intermediates will be fine. I think even stim junkies, like you said, would be fine because of the Alpha Yo. You get that bit of a stim junkie-esque feeling, but not too much.
We've recommended this to a lot of people. We've not yet had one person come back to us on our recommendation and say, you guys suck, that Superhuman Supreme, it didn't do the job.
And in terms of the L-theanine, it doesn't crush the experience. So if you're like, oh my god, it's got L-theanine in it, I'm not going to touch that, you really don't even notice it, do you?
No. So for us, honestly, what could be improved in this? Nothing.
I wouldn't change it because, yeah, I mean, we had great sessions every time we use it. Like you said, it's predictable in that it hits the same every time. Wouldn't change it.
No, it's really good. Like, honestly, really, really good. I don't know what more can be said, guys. If you've tried it, this is really important stuff, and we do say this quite a lot. If you've tried this pre-workout or anything else by the guys at Alpha Line, please, please do drop your comments below. You know, that keeps things even more honest than our reviews, because simply anyone that's interested in this product, guess what? They can scroll down and see your guys' honest reviews as well, you know? Let's make this a community. Let's make this a full picture. Let's give people who are interested in this product as much to read through as possible to make this an informed choice of their supplement needs, guys. But for us, it gets that score, doesn't it?
That all-time 10 out of 10, just as we gave the original one, but we wanted to run a review on this one just to make sure, you know, the batches hadn't changed its effects. And we can safely say, hand on heart, it hits exactly the same, which is good because we loved the last one.
We love it. It is very good. Not much more can be said, guys. We just want to thank you for watching along. We really appreciate it. It does help our algorithms. It helps if you like the video, it helps if you subscribe, and it helps if you drop your comments below. And it's at this stage, guys, we say it and we're going to say it again.
As always,
stay
stimmed.
This will definitely do it. Cheers, guys.